Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Patty. This is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer of the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, and you just completed the independent speaking practice test number 27, and unfortunately I got a lot of no's on this one. No, your response is minimally connected to the task. It isn't really clear exactly what it is you're trying to answer here because you don't really include a topic statement. So I'm going to say no in your topic development. The information that you're communicating, I don't see what the connection is, how it connects back to the purpose there. So you really don't have a good organization at all to this particular practice test. Your grammar, your language use, it wasn't bad. You didn't have any major problems with your vocabulary or grammar. You just don't really have a good organization to this speaking task. So I'm going to give you 13 points out of 30, 1.66 out of 4. You can do better than this. You can, right? Now let's go back to the question. It says, compare two schools you attended. Use details in your comparison. So the main thing is, and remember that this particular speaking task appeared on the actual TOEFL. It's a very difficult question. You have to think about what compare is. Now, what you'd have to do is compare them maybe in terms of two ideas. Let's say you want to talk about class size, and then you want to talk about the teachers or the qualifications of the teachers. So you would say two high schools I attended are different in terms of their class size and their teaching staff. Say, first of all, these two high schools are different in terms of their class size. Then you'll discuss the first school, and you'll discuss the characteristics of that school as it relates to class size. Then you say, on the other hand, you'll discuss the second school and discuss the characteristics of that school in relation to class size. Then you make a transition, something like, in addition, these two schools are also different in terms of the qualifications of the teachers. Then you'll say, first of all, you'll talk about the first high school, you'll talk about the teacher qualifications there, and then after that you'll talk about the second high school and the qualifications of the teacher there. So what you didn't do is you didn't include a topic statement that showed exactly what you were trying to do in this particular speaking task, so you didn't really have any clear purpose. In fact, if I didn't know what the question was, if I didn't look at my website and see what you're actually answering, I would have had no idea what you were doing in this particular speaking task. In fact, because you didn't include the topic statement, it's kind of like I walk into a room and two of my friends are in the middle of a conversation about something. So I walk in, but because I wasn't there from the beginning, I didn't really have the context, so I don't really understand what they're talking about. That's how I felt with your speech. Because you didn't have that topic statement in the beginning to organize your speech, it wasn't really clear what was happening and why. Alright, so how would you score here? I already gave you a score. So anyway, you can do better than this, alright? So I want you to try this one again. And also, here's another, just to give you a tip, a student emailed me a few weeks ago. Here was another speaking task that was actually on the official TOEFL IBT and the independent speaking prompts. Very tough question. It was compare two artists who influence you and then give reasons. So you have to discuss two different artists. You might talk about, for example, Michael Jackson or Elvis Presley. I may mention, because I'm so old, I might bring up those two examples. But anyway, that's a tough question. The compare idea is a tough question. Now, again, if you're not sure how to handle the compare and contrast organization, here's another tip. Go to Google and type in the keywords, how to write a compare and contrast essay. And they'll discuss what's called chunking or sequencing. And I would suggest for this speech you could probably use sequencing. as a way of organizing the ideas. All right?